Yesterday in the plane, I was sitting next to a guy who apologized that he hadn't taken a shower. He said, I just came back from burying my friend in a pedal out, carrying his ashes on my neck. He had committed suicide. And this guy sitting next to me was devastated, so nervous and emotional. And then something happened. He was telling me that his friend was one of the first IVF babies in the US, part of a quadruplet. 5 embryos were placed in the womb, and one baby didn't survive. And all surviving children struggle deeply in life, especially with substance abuse. And he had just taken his life. No warning, no sign, and no one saw it coming. So the question came up, had it something to do with how they were conceived? Or the guy next to me was asking, like, do you think the fact that they didn't get enough nutrients maybe caused these issues? His voice was shaking. And in that moment, I really felt something opening in me because I've spent years listening to babies and also to IVF babies. And what I then felt from the guy who committed suicide was so clear. He said it wasn't that my system was broken, but it was that I wasn't fully anchored here. So the early IVF era was so experiential, so intervention heavy, so disconnected from the natural rhythm of conception, without the coherence they needed to thrive. Not damaged, not doomed, but ungrounded. Imagine entering a life without the timing your soul chooses. Imagine sharing the womb with sharing too many fields at once. Imagine losing a sibling before you even had your body. Imagine a nervous system that never fully grounded on Earth. And that's what I felt in him. A lifelong sense of being here but not being fully here. His suicide, it wasn't a rejection of life, but it was an overwhelm of density. Nervous system collapse. A soul that slipped between worlds because it had always been half between. When I tuned into him, this is what he said. Don't blame the past. Don't blame the technology. It shaped me, but it didn't define me. He wasn't asking for answers, he was asking for understanding. And here's the part that no one talks about. IVF is a miracle, but it also creates a very specific energetic pathway. Souls coming through IVF need conscious anchoring. They need attunement. They need nervous system safety. They need a mother who is supported. And they need to be chosen with presence, not with pressure. We can love assisted conception and still be honest about what a soul needs. When they come to a medicalized portal, what happened with this guy wasn't destiny. It was a generation arriving before the field was ready. And sitting next to this guy last night in the plane, I felt how deeply the world needs this conversation. Not to blame the past, but to support the future. Because conception isn't just biology. It is how a soul enters life. And some souls, especially IVF souls, need us to midwife their arrival with a new kind of awareness. If you're trying to conceive, or if you had IVF, or if you lost a pregnancy, you're not alone. And the souls coming now are asking for something very different. They are asking for consciousness, for timing, for attunement, for embodiment,